Well, hello, my mad scrappers. I am back with a pile of popcorn boxes. Why? Because I'm insane, people. This is the Mad Scrapper. What are you expecting? I mean, really, seriously, if you want somebody that does beautiful quality stuff, go see Jennifer McGuire. Otherwise, come over here and watch and see what madness I have going on. So, I have, needless to say, been collecting these for a minute, and this is the last of it. There are no more 100-year popcorn boxes. They've already switched over to the regular design, which is actually, this is how crazy the Mad Scrapper is. These are the drink. I even carefully took apart and flattened out the drink cups before they got messed up. But this is the standard Disney design, which is actually really, really cute. So this one says Walt Disney World, but this is the same one. So this is how long I've had it, people. This puppy came back to us with us from Orlando. So this is the level of the madness. I mean, the one thing I haven't done, which is what I did to these, is taken a moment and cut this edge off. So we can take that really quick. And I'm just going to take my scissors and really quickly scissor it off. But they're really colorful. They're really pretty. I'm like, okay, I can do something with these. So just to repurpose rather than recycle. We're going to not only recycle, but we're going to repurpose. This is kind of sticky, so I'm going to have to, I see where it is. I'm going to have to run some undo over it in a minute. But we're going to make some cards with this stuff. Now, the interesting thing is that I won't be able to use all the panels. Like this one, I got to it fairly quickly. But see, you can see some of the butter grease stain. So if it's got a butter grease stain, I'm not going to use that panel. But on this side, I can see one right there that I might be able to camouflage. So we'll see. This one is good. So, in order to use these, needless to say, I have got to cut them apart. So that means, it means dropping them and fumbling with our fingers. So let's see. I think I can pull this apart right here. So let's see. If you're going to reuse, repurpose, recycle, and I'm way too much of a Disney freak to not want to do something with these. That is just, no. Not possible. So I'm going to make part of this easy for me. I'm going to cut these bottom pieces with this monster pile underneath me because what the heck? Why should I take the time to move things out of my way? No, I can't because they're at an angle. So much for that. Now I do have to do it the hard way. So we're just going to cut with yon handy dandy, and they're perforated, so that kind of makes it easy. But now I just cut these apart. I cut the little bottoms of the boxes off, and now we're left with this. And now let me see, because I can see where it's glued together, which is right here, but it happens to be a good panel. So let's go where I have an unusable panel. This one is for sure unusable. You know what? Let me grab my big ones, which cut bigger, and because that one is still sticky and I haven't unstuck it. So we're going to take, and we're just going to open up our popcorn box. And try not to snip my fingers while I'm at it. So now we have this, and I know this one, I can see little smidgens, but because I plan on making shaker cards with these, I think I can, this one, forget it. This one is way, way too obvious. I'm not going to use it. And it's not like I don't have popcorn boxes here, right? So I'm just going to cut that panel off. But it also gives me an idea. I can use that panel to fiddly fart, but you can tell I've saved a lot of these. This one is pretty good. Well, see, I still have, so it's like I saved every one knowing that, like, this one is completely unusable. I saved it for nothing. Well, let me see. Up here, it looks good. So see, I have to go one by one and make an evaluation of who is usable or not. So we're going to take these because I've already got one to play with. And we'll take these others, and I'll be making, Disney cards with these from here till, the end of time with as many as I've got. So now we have this panel. And I've got A2 cards because that's what I'm planning on using. So I haven't totally thought this out other than to go from the bottom to the top. And so I don't know. I can go as simple as the bottom to the top because that'll make a different kind of a card. So on that note, where's my panel? The one that I can't use. There we go. That's what I should be using to use this to get ideas, because I can make some cards just using the panel. And I could leave the Disney 100 Years of Wonder there, or I can cover it right here because it'll still be very, very Disney. So, I mean, so let's do this. Okay, let me flip it over. Let me grab a pencil or a Sharpie or whatever I can find that actually has lead and writes. Where are my pencils? They're right over here. I knew I still had them. Is this one of the ones that, okay, this one works. Okay, so let me so I can come up with a cutting point. So let's say we're going to do that one. We're just going to go easy on it. Now where's my trimmer? Right underneath the popcorn bucket. And I'm just winging this guys, okay? I am totally, absolutely winging this. I have no idea what I'm doing. When do I know what I'm doing? That is the true question, okay? It's like, really, Mayra? We know you already. We got your number, lady. Okay, so we're back to the card. So I can just use that panel as is. And then let's see what have I got. Because I could just put, and I've got some Disney stamps. So give me a second. Let me come back with those stamps to give me an idea. All right, kiddos, I am back. The key always to making cards is not only knowing what you have, but more importantly, where it is, okay? Just stating the obvious. I had to do a major archaeological dig to locate my Disney themed stamps and dies. And on the first crack, I didn't find it. I actually ended up giving up because I did find this one kit that I had from Queen and Company. And I go, okay, here we go. Birthday wishes. That's what I need. I needed that. And then, but I go, okay, what am I going to put it on top of? Because I knew I was going to stamp it on white. I'm just not going to do like a white band. I go, no, that's not going to work for me. And again, know what you got. So I went searching for my other birthday stamps, and I reconnected with this. I have had this die set, guys, from millennia. It's probably one of the first ones I bought early on. I mean, it's older than dirt. I mean, look, you can tell how old it is by the yellowing of the stamps. I've had this easy 10 years. Because mind you, well, more than that, because I started crafting, paper crafting in like in 2008. So it's been a day or two, okay? So but here it is. And this one, I think, is the one I used the most, which is why I knew where to locate it. And I go, wait a minute, now I can really zhuzh this card up. So first off, we're going to glue my popcorn panel to my card. And I'm just going to take my right now, what I call my loaves and fish glue, because it still keeps on giving me glue. I'm not sure when it's going to run out, but it's bound to run out at some point. But I'm really shocked and amazed at how much glue I've gotten out of it. I really am. So, I mean, and I'm going to keep it going until it runs out dead, Jim. Okay, that's just it. We're going to see how far we go. But this is the original bottle I bought from Barely Art way back in the day when they first started out at the beginning of the pandemic in the dark ages. So that's been like a good 3 years now. So it's that, and so that's the bottle and the refill. I'm finally down to that last bit of refill is in that bottle. Isn't that crazy? And the bottle does clog because the glue is getting old. I mean, it's just, you know, glue does age, but it still works great. And so I'm chitter-chattering. Here I am. I've got my popcorn front here in front of it with the Disney. I don't even know if I should cover it or not, but I'm going to cover it. I mean, in other ones, when I do the shaker ones, maybe I leave it there. I don't know. I have not decided yet, to be perfectly honest. But we are now going to grab our stamps. I grabbed the piece of, just a strip of, you know, white cardstock that I had left over from something else. And we're going to grab our little friend here, the Misty. And we're going to plop that down and grab a magnet from right here. And I still haven't taped up these magnets. I don't know what I'm waiting for. You know, one of these days I'm going to get my act together and take it on the road, or I don't know, shock me by doing something. Okay, so anyway, so we're going to grab our birthday wishes because it's done in the basic. What I wanted it for was because it's the birthday, not birthday, but a kind of a Walt Disney font. Okay, so I rub that up. I have another one that's super Walt Disney. That's the one I can't locate right now. So it's like, see, I told you that's the key. I'm not going to care. Because I have a ton of these strips, so I'm not going to care about how wasteful I'm going to be on the paper. I just want to make sure that I leave enough space, up and down. So there we go. don't even care if it's straight or not because I can fix that with the die. All right, so you know what? I'm going to do one more thing. Hang on. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to go back a little bit this way until I know, until I measure how far that die goes and, centering it on this. Okay, so we're going to grab it. We're going to grab my VersaFine, my favorite. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do this one, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't, I could even make it, zhuzh it up a little bit more by embossing it. But right now, we're just going to go with this. Well, I don't want to go pull more stuff out. So, where is Mini-Me? Where is Mini? Oh, Mini-Me's right in front of me. Say, look, lady, I'm over here. There we go. And look at that. Perfect! It's perfect on the first crack. Okay, so we're just going to put that. We're going to set it aside. I'm not going to close it because the stamp is still in there wet. And I don't want to be stamping the foam. Okay, we're going to set that aside. We're now going to grab my dies. So we're going to end up using both of them. Just wait and see. So there we go. I'm just going to center it. And look, I wasted paper. I had plenty of space. I could probably do 2 of them. But, what the heck. Let's grab some mint tape that I love so well. And we will hold down that die. And just for kicks and giggles. Actually, I really don't need to. I'm doing this almost out of habit. Because, hello, I'm going to use my baby Empress here. And it had this magnetic mat really doesn't let anything move anywhere. So, but we're going to go ahead and run our sentiment through real quick. Come on, little girl. Whee! And there we go. So we have now our sentiment pulled out, but obviously it doesn't cover. If we go here, it obviously doesn't cover everything. So, and it's all just plain. So no, it needed a little bit additional zhuzhing. So now we're going to put that aside, and I pulled out some pearl silver paper from, and this is my tonic. Where did I left the package right here handy so I could show you guys. Here it is. I put stuff on top of it, of course. So it's the pearlescent card Luna Silver. I love this stuff. I need to stock up a little bit more on my tonic paper. I do love their paper because it's nice. It's really good quality, flat out. But I'm going to cut out a background with the other die that corresponds to this little set. And I'm just going to cut out. So I think I can get, out of one strip, I can get 2. And since I have, and I'll show you in a minute, how many I can get out of a popcorn box. Out of the 2 popcorn boxes I cut out, I think there was 1 panel I had to flat out throw out. That there was no working with it. But other than that, I was able, because you'll see, even though some of them do have the grease stains on them, the butter stains rather, still, we can make it work, and I will show you how. Because we waste not, want not. Okay, so let's set this aside for a minute. Put that there. So now I have a silver background. And now, see, that just adds a little bit. So now I can put my white on top of my silver, and it stands out just a little bit. Still simple, but I wanted it to be simple. I wanted it to be something that I could put together very, very quickly, because I'm going to make a whole buttload of these to donate. Because I remember I make cards for the cards for Cubs for Barely Art, their fundraiser every year, or their card raising actually, and that's going to be coming up soon. I'm going to actually contact them to see when they're going to do it. And then I also make Cards for Kindness for scrapbook.com. So I want to make a bunch of cards, and these will look really cute. Especially children will love. They'll immediately get the Disney connection. And these are quickly made, and I'm upcycling, so it's good for the environment. It's good for the kids. Wah! It's just good. And now we have it there, but I'm going to pop it up a little bit. So we're just going to get some of my rectangles here that I have. My lovely, very, very expensive knot. This got taped on both sides. How funny. There we go. My little rectangles, I'm just going to use them this way. Let's see, where they start again. That I get from the 99-cent store. I love these things. And it's so funny, when I was doing the major archaeological dig, I found more. I have more tape, oh my goodness, than I know what to do with. So I don't need to buy. I must have found at least 10 rolls of tape, plus the 5 that I know I have in the closet over here. So it's like, yeah, Mayra, you don't need more tape. More of this. But I mean, hello, for $1 a roll, hello, you can stock up. And that's what I do, because I think that's why I stocked up, is because this last time it was like, oh, wait a minute, I couldn't find it. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I think they must have had a supply issue. But I got it, so I bought a bunch of rolls, apparently. Or I apparently bought them and didn't realize that I had some because they were stashed where I didn't know to look for them. They were literally, I had a bag with literally, I think 10 rolls in the bin I keep all my punches in. That's a really good place to store them. I'm just like, good Lord, Mayra. So now all we put down is we're going to put down our sentiment right. We're going to cover it. We're going to cover our 100 Years of Wonder. Let me look before I push it down. See, it is a little crooked, so let me uncrooked it. I think that'll do it. I don't know, maybe my eyes are crooked. It's still... And see, I already broke my cardinal rule. Well, it's going to stay a little wonky, I think. It's not horrendously noticeable. So now we have, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is a done card. Since I'm going to donate them, they ask that we not stamp on the inside. I will, of course, I do stamp on the back side. And I found these. This is something I got recently from one of the sales from Queen & Company. It's Crafty Queen. And again, looking for something else, you find stuff. But they have these really cute handmade. So I don't want to go too overly snarky. So I think I'm going to go with one of a kind art created by, just to use a different one. So we're going to grab the Misty again, because I always use my Misty for everything. What do I have here on the bottom of the Misty? Oh, look, a magnet. I have learned that I can stick my magnets to my desk because my desk is metal. Oh! Imagine that. Okay, wait a minute. Let me grab, since I'm here, let me grab my wipe. And, oh my gosh, my super juicy wipe, because I've had this turned upside down so that it would wet. There we go. Let me just clean that up. Juicy wipe, juicy wipe. Let me dry my hands. Okay, now my goodness, this one is super sticky. Okay, we'll put that right there for right now. And grab my card. This is the card. Yeah, it is the card. We'll open it up. And there we go. We'll just pull it down. Oh my God, I am so happy with my new Misty. Where did I put the stamp? Where did the stamp go? What did I do with the stamp? Oh, here it is. Because it's transparent. Okay, let me rough it up before we use it. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to put it up a little bit higher so that I can sign it right underneath it and put my date. There we go. We'll snag it and grab my ink pad. Right? Oops. Let's wipe that off just in case. Okay. Okay, Mini-Me, do your thing. Perfect. Love it. Absolutely awesomeness. Awesome sauce. Okay, we're going to set that aside one more time. And now the only thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of sparkle. So I pulled out, I went on the same archaeological dig, and I pulled sequins. This one I already filled up from my bin. And then, of course, I found purple ones. I have them in 2 sizes. So I'm starting to fill my boxes up, guys. I cannot sing the praises enough. I love this little storage system. It is so working for me. So I will again link you down below to where I got them in Amazon. And it looks like the whole box, for those of you who didn't see the video when I first got it, this is the box. So it comes with, I think, 30 boxes in it. So, I mean, and I have them all, you know, this is not even the tip of the iceberg of sequins that I have. So I will be reorganizing. These are the ones that I use the most, so I pulled those first. And then I already have another pile that I'm going to be filling in the box. I may get a grandchild. I may put a grandchild to work to do this for me. But anyway, so I want to put some sequins on here just for the added sparkle. Whoops, not that side, this side. So let's just grab one, and we'll add, a couple of, here and there, just to add a little bit of color, tie it in, the silver with the purple, because that was, the 100th anniversary colors for Disney. So we'll grab another big one. Come on, there we go. Ah, that one is broken. We don't want that one. And we'll flip this one over. There we go. And do that. And let's grab, remember, probably grab another silver one. Let me grab a little. I'm going to grab a little one of the purples. Come on. We'll put you here. Maybe we'll send you up here. And let's see, because you do what you do in 3s or 5s, so, move it. Do we want to cover that one right there? Like, put it right there. Ooh, look how cute that looks. I like that. And maybe we'll take that other little one, put it down here. Just a few, but I want to flip it over. There we go. It flipped. Now I'm going to grab another silver one. Come on. There we go. And maybe do I want to put it in the middle of that one? Yes, I do. So there we go. We're just going to leave it at that, not overkill. But I am, whoops. Okay, I'm going to grab, that's not glue. This is glue. So I'm going to grab my Nuvo because it is faster drying and I want these to dry fast. So I'm going to pick it up, put a drop. I'm going to put a little bit bigger drop. There we go. And drop it down into place. Pick it up, put a drop. Boop. There we go. We put our little sequins. No, we put the glue down, Mayra, not on top of the glue, underneath the glue. Silly woman. There we go. And we'll just add these. We'll put that more centered. There we go. And I'm going to grab this and just use this to tap it down. It is seeping through the middle, but I don't care because that's going to dry clear anyway, so then nobody will see it. You won't notice it. There. And then this one, tap it down and center it a little bit better. Yep, there we go. And there we go, guys. That's the first card. Not bad. Again, upcycling a popcorn box. So that's the first one. So now let me come back. Let me clear this mess, and I'll come back with my other idea, which will be a shaker card. All right, guys, be right back.